Okie dokie. So I know how to do it. I got a notepad and I wrote some stuff down. I actually didn't need to know much to do, but I figured I would write it down so I don't forget it anyway. And then I've got some notes and stuff to bring up for my thoughts on this game because I swear I would forget stuff if I didn't do this. So this is everything I could think of in the small amount of time I gave myself to do it. Okay, so we go to chapter selection. We have to choose this because we have to have finished it, have the good ending one time, and then go to this. There's going to be a lot of fast forwarding or me pausing or something in this because you have to get all the way to chapter 7. You can guarantee your success during suspensive asks. Yes. Why would I not do that? Okay, thank you. You can change our allies' fates. Everyone was alive. No, I'm good. Everyone's alive. Everyone has to be alive. But everyone was alive. Okay. I'll probably fast forward this like in an editing software. Actually, I'm gonna pause because I don't remember what to do and I just want to get through it fast. Okay, I think we're about to get something new. So this is where we have to change, something changes. Let me just do this. The Doryo and Kinukawa thing. I have no intention of doing anything untoward with city students. I've warned Doryo and, yeah, seeing them defend you so fervently. That you tried to convince her. Hold on, there's a reason why both of them are defending me. Among all the teachers, I'm the only one who's taken their concerns seriously in pursuing the departed. This departed nonsense again, really? You really think you have carte blanche to do anything just because you're investigating the departed? Takai, Izumi, Horikoshi, and Kakuta. 4 Konoehara students who have mysteriously disappeared in a short period of time. I'm sure you realize how unnatural that looks, don't you? I'm not asking you to believe in spirits, but you need to understand that I'm the only adult here who's trying to do something about those students' disappearance. Mr. Yashiki. And they're just trying to help me. They want to bring peace and normality back to the school, and they're trying to help in whatever way they can. That's all that's going on. Sakamoto leaves the faculty room without saying anything. Okay, and now I just have to go through the chapter as normal. So that's what I'll be doing. I don't know if this is something new. Right, I forgot. I got a call from Miss Sakamoto earlier. Okay, because it stopped me skipping, because I guess it was something I hadn't seen. Did you get scolded again? No, the opposite. She apologized because she felt like she went too far about this stuff with you. Oh. Is it because of what I said to her? How very kind of her to take immediate action after she changed her mind. Isn't that great, Mr. Yashiki? She won't be picking on you anymore. Which means she won't die. I hope that's true. How's your investigation going, by the way? Did you learn anything new? Not a lot, but okay, now we're done. Okay, I'm about to go into the next chapter, so hopefully there should be something new. This is not new. Wait, when does it say it changes? Follow the rest of chapter 6 and 7 guide as written above. Okay, I'm not done. I will see you in a bit. Okay, just an update. Sakamoto came in today, but she had to leave early because she was feeling under the weather, so I assume that there's not going to be any of those crazy stuff on her sheet now. Oh, there's not going to be a sheet at all because she doesn't actually believe we're doing anything wrong. Her face was really pale, and even standing upright seemed to cause her an immense amount of pain. It's looking like she must have been possessed by a spirit as well. Well, Mr. Konoe and the students don't look so good. They don't seem to be suffering as much as Sakamoto, so they're still pissed at her, I guess. Maybe the spirits are affecting everyone differently? Goodness, maybe some malicious disease is spreading on our campus, and I will, yeah, see you again soon. Okay, this next part should not trigger. Giving me the gun. We're doing good so far, but the real task has just begun. Yeah, we better proceed with caution. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do now. The guide does not say what I'm supposed to do now. All it says is, if you've done it correctly, the first suspensive act of Chapter 7 will not occur. I'm supposed to finish the game again? Alright. I'll be back later again. At least you are experiencing this with me. This might be going on the list. Okay, I know that noise was sudden, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I finished this battle, and now we should get different stuff from now. It doesn't look like we're getting anything different. Oh. I spoke too soon. What? What is this? I hear the sound of a bell, but why? The departed should be gone. What should I do? Return to the clock tower, and that's the... This is now when we're gonna get the ending. Okay, this will go into my good and bad section of this if it... You'll see. Don't tell me. Are they calling me? When I return to the clock tower, the bell stops ringing. The departed's ending. I don't think you can see my cat. Okay, yep. He sits there when he wants treats, but he's not getting treats. Because he's had a lot of treats. There's nothing strange on the first floor. Maybe it's coming from upstairs? I hear the sound of someone on the ladder coming from above. Someone's climbing down from the 3rd floor to the 2nd. Oh god. Give me a break. This should be over already. What he sat on is my laptop and my laptop, like, holder. I don't know what you call it. But it has, like, a mouse pad on it. He's clawing the mouse pad right now. The sound then moves to the 1st floor. And what comes down from above is... No way. Gotta be kidding me. Himeko Doryo. Michiho Kinukawa. It can't be. The departed soul should have been saved. Both of you shouldn't be here. Who are you? After that, I bring the 2 confused girls back to the infirmary. And then, together with Yasuoka and Mashita, who survived being attacked by the departed, I ask the girls what happened. It's an informative conversation. They're the real Doryo and Michiho, not the departed. Neither of them know how they ended up in the clock tower. Their memories stop in August when their bodies were stolen by the departed. In short, to both of them, we're complete strangers. This is the first time we've ever met. They don't even remember what happened in the dolls. After a while, Mr. Konoe finally arrives. He seems pretty confused after hearing about the situation. But when he discovers the 2 students are alive, a gentle, relieved smile widens across his face. He clutches my hands and profusely thanks me over and over again. I ask Mr. Konoe to take care of Doryo and Michiho, and then I leave the infirmary. Both of them seem like they're genuinely the real girls. However, why do they still have that mark and the white hair? I mentioned it to Yasuoka and Mashita as we're heading out. Did they not make a sprite without? And just... Maybe they were just permanently changed in that way? Oh, really? I didn't see it, though, and I doubt they can see it. Yasuoka thinks for a moment. Both of them have been controlled by the departed for a long time. I wouldn't be surprised if traces of the departed still remain on their bodies. I don't like the sound of that at all. Is there anything I can do? Let's see. I guess you should probably not talk to them. Huh? If the departed really was saved, the mark and white hair will eventually disappear. But if they meet you, the departed's remnants might stir again. Nothing good will come of that. Your best course of action would be not to meet them. Do you understand? Yes. Thank you, Yashiki. This case is over. There's no need for you to talk with them again. So true. Besides, it's not like they know you either. I agree. They should now get to live their lives. He didn't do this for any reason. I wonder what happened that caused this surprising outcome. I have no way of knowing. This is a matter that surpasses human comprehension. Are you going into my bad... Are you going into the bad side? The most important thing is that they're alive and well, even if they have lost their memories. Let's just celebrate that miracle. A week has passed since... Is this stuff I've read? No. A week has passed since that night. Hello. Oh, it's me, Shuichi Diamond. How are you feeling, Yashiki? That should be my line. Are you still in K Hospital? No, I was discharged 2 days ago. I've mostly recovered. Mr. Konoe told me some stuff. I thought you might be curious to hear what he had to say, so I just wanted to phone you up and share it with you. Diamond proceeds to tell me what happened at Konoehara Academy after the case. Even though the departed was now gone, that didn't change the fact that 4 students went missing in a short period of time. Mr. Konoe will resign from his position to take responsibility for the disappearances. It's a shame, since this wasn't really his fault, but he doesn't seem to have any regrets. Diamond was also given the first headmaster's journal that a relative of Mr. Konoe found at their home. He said there were some interesting things written on it, so he'd bring it by sometime. And about Doryu and Kinukawa. In the end, the police didn't pursue the case per the wishes of their parents and the school. They've been resting and recuperating in the dorm. They're doing well. They also have been speaking to a counselor, though we haven't seen any particularly unusual behavior. That's a relief. What about the 2 months of memory they lost? They've been diagnosed with memory impairment. They don't remember either of us. That's for the best. If they remember us, they'll only rebuild connections to the departed. Everything's good as long as they're alive. I understand that feeling now. If only you were a doctor. Diamond. 2 souls who should have been claimed were saved. As a spirit doctor, you should be proud of your work. Thanks. I'll come visit you soon. I still need to hand off the journal. Let's have some drinks. Invite Hiro and Mashita as well. Catch you later, Yashiki. Phew. Knowing those 2 are safe and sound is more than enough for me. I simply hope they're able to enjoy the normal, mundane life they led before the departed shattered their worlds. Oh my god, are we gonna have a party with everyone this time? Who's showing up at my place at this time of night? My computer training with Eita is tomorrow, if I remember correctly. Is it Diamond already? When I open the front door... Oh. You girls, can you go away? Michiho and Doryu are standing in front of me. How is this possible? Sorry for visiting you this late. You're Yashiki, right? Thank you for saving us the other day. Oh, yeah. What brings you here? There's something we want to ask you. It's about our lost memories. Memories. We heard some things from our friends in the dorm. They said Michiho and I were helping you out a lot recently. Is that true? We have no idea since we lost our memory. I'm just gonna remain silent. I don't know what to say. A slip of the tongue might prove catastrophic here, so I opt to stay silent. To tell you the truth, lately there's been this strange feeling lingering in the back of our minds. We wanted to figure out what it was, since we think it might have something to do with our memory loss. A strange feeling? Yeah, so like, I've always been into frogs, but out of nowhere I've come to love bugs. And that's weird. Michiho touches her butterfly earrings when she says that. This is definitely something caused by remnants of the departed, though our fears were true, it seems. Well, what are you going to do if you regain your memory? What if you learn those missing memories aren't as blissful as you think? No, we still want them back. I knew it. I can't portray my emotions, but internally I'm smiling wryly. 5 months ago I also went in search of memories that I lost. I understand their need to know more than they realize. But I can't support their efforts. This is what's best for them and everyone else. Sorry, but there's nothing I can share with you. Besides, doesn't your dorm have a curfew? You'd better go home. We break the curfew all the time. That doesn't bother us. And I also broke the curfew when we were inspecting the M-Town shop. Huh? What? What am I saying? Inspecting the M-Town shop? That's memories from when the departed commandeered their bodies, slowly resurfacing as they speak with me. This is the worst case scenario. I can't afford to waste any more time with politeness. I don't feel like talking anymore. Go home, Kinukawa Doryo. Wait a minute. I feel like I remember something. No, get out of here now. But let it go, Michiho. Huh? Well, shit. Tensions got high, and in that moment I let something slip. Did you just call me Michiho? Kinukawa? That's not how you speak to me. Call me Michiho. Didn't you promise me that, Mr. Yashiki? Uh-oh. Don't tell me. Yes, I remember everything now. I turned into the departed, didn't I? What in the world are you talking about, Michiho? Not just me, but Hime as well. Come on, you remember it too, Hime. The love we had when we were the departed? Love? Doryo. No way. Was I the departed? I remember everything, even when we went to the clock tower together. No way. Doesn't seem like a good ending. I can't believe how easily they regained their memories as the departed. Defeated and crestfallen, I accept that there's nothing more that can be done. It's too late for regrets. That being said, the best way forward now is to support them and try to steer them toward the right path. The girls quietly drink the coffee I brewed for them. It's your second time making us coffee, huh? Brewed coffee really is much better than the instant ones. It's really delicious, Mr. Yashiki. You don't have to call me that, I'm not your teacher anymore. It's a habit I can't seem to shake, even if I was only doing it while I was controlled by the departed. Same. They seem to be a lot more relaxed now. They certainly have an amazing ability to adapt to what life has thrown at them, seeing how Michiho just accepted she was suddenly a bug lover. I guess they must have prepared themselves to roll with whatever they'd learn after regaining their memories. Now, Doryo, Michiho, there's a few things I'd like to ask you. Do you mind? Sure, go ahead. You're probably curious about a few things that we can answer, right? Just ask away, don't hesitate. We also want you to know about the departed's memories. We won't have peace of mind unless we do that. Ask about their health. How are you two feeling? Same as usual. If anything, I feel much more refreshed now. Feels like the fog in my head has cleared up. I'm worried about this white hair, though. It stands out way too much. You can see it. Yep, same with the mark on Hime's face. I guess it's supposed to be the departed's mark or something? Yeah. Just from piecing things together, the Mayumura sisters have bruises resembling mold all over their bodies, and their hair lost its color as they became more corpse-like. The mark and hair must have originated from the pitiful demise of the two sisters. Damn, this sucks. I hope my hair will go back to normal. Stop complaining, Michiho. It's already a miracle that we're even still alive. Yeah, you're right. Hehe. Ask about the departed's memories. How much of the departed's memories can you recall? Not everything. I guess we pretty much remember the most unforgettable moments. So do you still have their painful memories? Yes. But we don't feel any negative emotions from them because you saved their souls. The painful stuff they experienced in the past just feels like a story or a movie now. I heave a sigh of relief. If the loathing the brides felt during the wedding ceremony somehow remained in both of them, their psyches would have been crushed under that weight. Except for the painful memories, I still pretty much remember how I felt about some stuff. Like how I love bugs and the departed's love for you. Michiho! There's no point in hiding it anymore, Hime. And it's not like we can do anything about it. Because this feeling belongs to the departed. You have a point. Ask how their memories returned. You know, this is all thanks to the departed. I'm afraid I don't understand what you mean. You saved the departed souls. During their final moments, they gave us our bodies back. Oh, okay. But why though? That's something I learned from the departed's memories. It's a pretty strong feeling. They were grateful to you and they wanted you to know it. Like, they really, really wanted you to know it. The departed felt grateful to me. You might find this suspicious, but do you know why we were able to get our lives back? It's because the departed was completely smitten by you. At least that's what I believe. Love created a true miracle, hee hee. I don't know how to feel about all this. I guess it means that all the struggles I had to go through to act as their husband were worth it in the end. By the time I finish asking all my questions, it's gotten pretty late. Thank you so much for listening to us, Mr. Yashiki. And for the coffee as well. I truly enjoy the rich smell now, as well as the complex bitter notes layered behind the creaminess and sweetness. Such a refined, acquired taste. I'll get you back to your dorm. It's already late. I'll try to talk to your dorm manager about the curfew breaking as well. No need to mind that. Of course we have to, duh. Thank you very much, Mr. Yashiki, and I'm sorry for everything. I have no idea how these memories are going to affect you. So if you start to feel something strange or weird, you make sure to contact me. Got it? Understood. I might come here even if I have no business, though. I want to drink your delicious coffee. Oh, jeez. Both Michiho and Doryo were saved. It remains unknown why the departed saved them both, though. Although they said the departed was grateful to me, I doubt that. This is just a hunch, but the departed might have entrusted both their memories and love to those two girls. The dead do not only leave behind resentment, there are also times when their hopes and dreams linger on as well. Even if it was something the departed decided on a whim, it doesn't change the fact that those two girls are alive and breathing. Somehow my actions were able to save lives that were impossible to save. A spirit doctor who saves both the living and the dead. I can be the light for those who are trapped in darkness, then I will be the spirit doctor, and I will reach out my hand to them. I'm putting this on the list. And if you can tell where I'm putting it, you probably know where it's going. Alright. Time to talk about this. Give me 1 second. Not that one. Okay. I have my list here. It's like this long. But it's not all, it's just the like talking points. Alright. So, we're gonna talk about the good first. And the good is familiar music. I like that they used familiar music. There's some new ones obviously as well, but this one you'll hear is familiar, but this is actually from the Death Mark 1 game. So that's, I do like that, because even though it's like a scary game, it kind of feels like a warm hug. Some of them feel like a warm hug. It's like, it's just familiar and nice, and you kind of need that in these games sometimes. Okay. The next one is choices that weren't based on RNG or luck. In the other games, there was quite those suspense moments or whatever, where you have to choose certain things. I felt like a lot of those were based on luck. And you had to be lucky to do them. There wasn't any deduction going on. It was just luck a lot of the time. And I didn't like that. Because it meant a lot of the time you had to redo stuff, and I'm just not a fan. So that they weren't based on that was good. That's not the only thing I have to say about that, though. Some of the art, really good. Really good. And the some is in brackets right at the beginning, because only some of the art was good. We'll get onto that a bit more, and I think you know what I'm going to want to say, but yeah. I actually ended up liking that the game revolved around the school. I liked that we weren't going to like a bunch of different places. I kind of liked that it was all revolved around the school. I didn't think I would, but I did like that in the end. Old faces reappearing, like Mashta. I really like Mashta. Because he's like one of the most memorable ones from the first game. I liked him then as well. Even though he's like kind of mean, like he's a jerk. I don't know why I like him. It's kind of funny, I guess, as well. He's like a jerk in like kind of a funny way. And that's all there is for the good, I'm afraid. The neutral are the choices again, but that's because I'm not sure how I feel about the percentage chance. Because on one hand, it's like, that's so annoying, I'm choosing the right thing. Why are you failing me for choosing the right thing? And then the bad part is, no, the good part is, it makes sense. And even if you're choosing to do the right thing, in reality, you might be too scared to do it. Wow, that's a really short one. I don't want this one. I don't want this one. I don't want this one. Okay, that's a longer version. What was I saying? Yeah, in the moment, you'll be scared and you might fail, even though it's the right thing to do. So I do get that, so I'm really on the fence about that one. It's annoying failing, but you don't get penalized right away for failing. So I don't think it's a terrible thing. I just don't know how to feel about it. That's the only neutral thing. All the rest are bad. Okay, the bad. The CGs being sexualized. All of women. Almost all of minors in this one. 17-year-olds. I would just want to remind you that I don't care what the age of consent is anywhere. Since I guess it would matter if you were the person in the moment, but like that kind of thing online, you have to be 18 no matter what you are. So in my opinion, it's weird and disgusting, and I hate it. It's almost exclusively younger people as well. In the first one, it wasn't. I think I went through it to put in some clips in that first episode, and it wasn't as bad. I don't think. I think there were a lot of adults in that one, but it was still worse than this one. It was worse than this one, I have to say. I'm not gonna go on that one too much because I've already gone off on it a bit much, but yeah, that, I hate it. I hate it. It takes you out of the fucking game. Like, it's one thing that they are minors, it's another thing when you get like a panty shot or a boob shot, and you're in this horror game and you're like, why am I seeing this? It's disgusting. Anyway, this might rustle some feathers, but I have evidence. And for this game in particular, I don't remember enough about the first game to truly speak on that. And I'm not going to go through NG to talk about it either, so this is just for this one, but I'm pretty sure it's a theme. Women always being the primary target of horrible deaths. It feels like torture porn, specifically like women-specific torture porn. Added with the bad sexualized CGs is even worse, because then it just reinforces that idea. And I actually wrote down everyone who I could remember having a bad death. Not that it was even necessarily sexualized, but sometimes the death, the cruel nature of the death itself can be like the sexual component. So Takai, the first girl to die that we didn't see die, but she still died. And I'm gonna assume that she died in a horrible way. I don't remember how. Oh, she like drowned or something. She became that horrible thing. It was horrible. I think she was like chased and shit. It was horrible. Hanako, she was bullied, and then because she thought she was betrayed, she either killed herself or slipped. I don't know what this. Why are all these kind of bad? Just try and keep replaying this one, I guess. Wait, can I just put it on replay loop? Okay, Naomi. I would say that was a horrible death, because even though she was probably happy to be killed in the moment, it's not a happy ending. It's gross. And also, lesbians. It's horrible. Rei, the girl who split herself open when her teacher drove himself off a cliff when he was drunk. Like, she split herself open. Gross. Michiho, Himeko, they both died traumatic deaths. Where they were either trapped in a doll, well, I guess they didn't die now, but before, they were like, it was still horrible, right? What they went through, it was still bad. They don't seem to really care much anymore, but I have issues with what we just went through anyway. Who's next? Oh, the departed, essentially. Mikiko and Michio. Yeah, horrible death. Again, if they were school girls' age, then they were also minors in that CG. Gross. Gross. So they were tortured to death, basically, in like a really horrible way. In the way, so much in the way that it changed their bodies. And in the non-true ending, Sakamoto. She also died a horrible death, but she was eaten by bugs. You want to go through the male counterpart? Ones that have question marks to them next to them, because I don't even think it was that traumatic. Okay. Men, Izumi. It was horrible. He got his hand chopped off, and then he had like hoses going out through his nose and eyes and shit. It was gross. That was a bad death. That was a horrible death. He got a CG and everything. Kakuta? Pretty bad death. He was scared to death, and then he like became mushrooms. Not a good death. Hirose, the teacher who drove himself off a cliff, that has a question mark next to it, because what happened to him was unfair. But I feel like he just went to sleep under the water, you know what I mean? He was drunk and he went into... That's why there's a question mark. I don't think it was a horrible, horrible death. It's sad that he got to that point in the first place because of what happened. But it's question mark still. Kiyohara, the guy, the third act guy, I think, who was I guess he was beaten to death by the delinquents who he tried to kill, who he lured into the forest to try and kill. That doesn't have a question mark next to it because that was bad, because he like lost his family, and then was, I guess, beaten to death by the people who killed his family. That was bad. And the men who were beheaded, and even that has a question mark next to them. because they were beheaded. It was really fast. So, I don't know. So that is 1, 2, 3 men that don't have a question mark next to them because I'm not sure if they really count. Meanwhile, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 women. So I'm not being sensitive, I'm not being a feminist or whatever. Even though there'd be nothing wrong with being those two things, but it's a weird pattern that mixed with the CGs makes it gross and makes it... It's just gross. I hate it. I absolutely hate this trend with Deathmark, that it does this. I hate it. I hate it. Character design. I think the non-monster characters, like, their designs, like Sakamoto, oh my god, she was so pretty. Oh fuck. And even Michiho and Himiko, they were super cute. They had really great design. I actually really loved it. I loved, like, yeah, I even loved, like, the tattoo thing, like the mold tattoo on her face. The headmaster's design was really cool. He looked very dignified, like he was a rich headmaster of a, like, a well-to-do school. I thought that was really good. Yeah, it was good with those, but that should go in the good category, those specific character designs. But the monsters, I don't know, they fell super flat. They were more like funny than scary. Every time they were like, oh, do you want to skip this horrifying cutscene? I was like, no, because it's not going to be horrifying, like, in the slightest. So that's why it goes in there. I don't think they were scary at all. I remember in NG, there was one that just made me so uncomfortable. It was if the girl, again, it was a fucking girl, like an actual, like, little girl, I think this time, but it was that probably added to the creepiness, but it's still not good, you know what I mean? It was like of the bird or something. She like had loads of wires through her. It was horrible. But that one really stuck. It's like always, that one has always stuck with me in particular. I don't have any that are memorable in this one. I remember a lot of them had like big heads or weird heads. That's not scary. Hanako was not scary. She just looked like a fish. She had like a fish head. And I don't know why she would have a fish head. To me, some of their designs didn't correlate with how they died. Jay's did, like the slit-mouthed woman. But even then, I don't know why she was called the slit-mouthed woman. Was it just because she had a mask? I don't remember what her thing looked like. But she had cut herself down here, and so she had scissor legs. I just think they were so uninspired. I'm so sorry, I do. And I know it's really hard to come up with monster visuals, but NG was really good. I think I had issues with Deathmark 1 again, with the designs, but one in particular was very, very sexualized. For no reason. But yeah, I think NG was better, and I think this one, pretty much all of them were uninspired. They just weren't scary at all, which was a shame. It's a shame, and that's my opinion, by the way. You can be scared of them if you want, but they just weren't scary to me. Right. It was a little underwhelming. Because on the one hand, it's good that I was able to basically get no bad endings or like I got a game over because I was stupid at one point, because I was like, I wonder what happens when my health goes to 0. It's a fucking mystery. But it was basically good that I did everything correctly first try. I don't think I did everything correctly first try. I might have done, no, I can't remember. Because it was easy to deduce what they wanted me to do. And in those moments of where I had to survive and choose the right options to survive, that was good. Because then I felt smart. I was like, this is logical. This makes sense. But also, I predicted so much before it was even time to reveal it. I like had a chapter to go until it revealed it or something. And I don't know if that's a good thing. I'm like torn. I think it's a bad thing. because they made it so obvious. There were no twists for me to experience. Like, in the first game, I don't think I anticipated the end chapter. I don't think I did. If you haven't played Death Mark 1, like, skip forward, like, 15 seconds or something. But, yeah, I don't think I anticipated Mary to be a bad person, to be like the bad guy. I don't think I anticipated that. But anyway, yeah, I felt in this game in particular it's just like a little bit underwhelming because, yeah, there was no twist. There was no twist. Okay, and my last thing is the true ending. Yes, that went under the bad section. And I'll tell you why. I hate it when games will... I don't mind when they're like, hey, you have to play through these last 2 chapters again to get to the end that you really want, like the true end. You just have to do them all over again, and the choice you made will influence why you're now getting the true end. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. Saving Sakamoto had nothing to do with saving Michiho and Himiko. I can't think of a single reason why it would. Unless not killing that one other person somehow made The Departed better. I don't think so, though. That's so stupid. It should be a clear reason why that choice you took that you couldn't take before, but you now can, for whatever reason, why that now influences why you're getting a true ending, or getting the better ending. Why this thing is gonna tumble and collide into the new place, right? It had nothing to do with it. And the game really pissed me off when it was like, I guess this is just one of those things that we'll never know. Oh dear, oh well, whatever. That pisses me the fuck off. No, you can't give me a new choice to take and it to not mean anything. For it to not have, like, any bearing on anything whatsoever. Who cares that Sakamoto's alive? I like her a lot. I think she's gorgeous. I think, like, she stands her ground. I think she stands on principle even when she's wrong. Like, but then when she knows she's wrong, she does, you know, rectify it. But it just had nothing to do with the ending. It didn't. I'm sorry. It had nothing to do with the ending. And that pisses me off. There's no resolution there. And the ending was just kind of bad in general. Like, the true ending was just kind of bad. In a way, the Michiho and Himiko are the Himiko and Michiho that we've come to know, but they also are not, so why do I care about them right now? Like, I'm glad they're alive, but I don't want to bring them back into this at all. So why didn't I get the chance to actually slam the door in their face and be like, no, go live your fucking lives? Like, believe it or not, like, The Departed is gone for me. Like, go away. And I also don't want some possibly lovesick teens around anymore. Like, he's done with that. I'm glad they didn't go the route of, like, a harem or whatever, because, you know, with this game you never fucking know. But, I'm glad they didn't do that, but, like, that pissed me off. Honestly, it did. But that is, like, one of my biggest things with these type of visual novels. If you want to not give me the true ending right away, fine. I'm fine with that. In fact, I kind of like it. But if you then give me a choice that means jack shit towards the true ending, there's just no true correlation there. And it just pisses me off. It again, doubly pisses me off when you make the game then go, guess we'll never know. Oh well. I hate it. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this game, and I'm glad I played it. The vibes are always there at the very least, like a certain type of vibes are always there, you know? Do you know what I mean? You're always gonna get Deathmark vibes. We're gonna get Spirit Hunter vibes, let's say that, with Spirit Hunter, but NG remains my favorite, and this is the weakest, despite the I think less sexualized CGs than the first one. I think the first one has more. From what I gleaned when I was skimming through the game, on my recordings. Yeah, I think there's more in that one. I don't know. I'm kind of bummed because I don't know. There were cool things. There were not cool things. I don't think I can give this more than like a 6 out of 10, and I feel like even that's me being generous. Story was not that good. Again, no twists that I didn't see coming. I felt like the main character was stupid sometimes because I was like, I figured this out because they've basically fed you it on a platter. How are you not getting it? You know? But then I was like, oh, maybe it's a red herring. No, it was never a red herring. It was always exactly as I called it. Anyway, I'm done. Oh no, I'm not done. With extra content. Fuck. I have to do that now. Okay. There's like one extra content thingy that I'm gonna do. So we'll see you in the next one, or if you're done with this, that's also fine. Because I would be too if I didn't feel compelled to do this last bit. So yeah, bye.